Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. I'm going to, in this video, compare two iPhones, the new 11 Pro and the 10s. They're both space gray, both 256 gigabytes. That really doesn't matter. I'm gonna compare the just my impressions on the hardware. I'm filming on the new GoPro 8. Later, I'm gonna switch to both of the cameras and compare them. So, these are my phones. Now, I wanted to show you the back just to show you how this 10s that has a black shiny surface gets all finger smudged. The new 11 doesn't, because it looks like it's frozen, like it's like frost. It's different texture, more smooth, and you're gonna get fingerprints only on the Apple or on the camera, reflective bezel, but this is all reflective. Now if you're getting 11, it's gonna have this kind of surface, so that's another reason to get a Pro and the cameras. Now the new 11 Pro has the standard camera, zoom camera, and the wide lens. If you get just, this is the Pro, if you get the 11, it only gets the normal and the wide, doesn't get the zoom. So the 10s had the normal and the zoom. That was the big difference. And another difference is front-facing camera on the 10s, it's just HD. On the 11 Pro, it's 4K. So if you're doing vlogs and you just want to switch, what I used to do is I used to use my old phone to put it back to the mask, and if I wanted to film 4K, I would switch the rear camera towards myself, and I wouldn't know it if I was in the frame, so that was not really convenient. Now I use my phones in this transparent plastic or rubber masks. This one's new, it looks silverish, like transparent, and the same manufacturer, so this is the same one. In less than a year it goes yellow, it oxidizes on the air, so but I'm really satisfied with this. But another reason that I wanted to mention this is the weight. Now the phone without the mask, there's not really too much weight feel to it, but when you add the mask, and have in mind this is really thin mask, that it's not really heavy. You can have bulkier cases that are a lot heavier. So with this really light masks, the thing is that this phone feels, the new 11 Pro feels a lot heavier, like almost 50% heavier in my opinion. And this one really feels light, but the battery holds like almost double. So another thing that I wanted to mention, now I'm not sure really if you can see that on the screen, the brightness should be the same, but this one's more warmer color than the 10s, so the 11 is more warmer. Now if I use the trying to hold the camera here, if I use the Face ID, so it doesn't want to, now I not want to show my pass. But this one also, yeah, I recognize my head is on this side, and this one it didn't. It's now, it doesn't want to show it. I'm gonna try again. Now it wants my password. So honestly, this one, the Face ID doesn't work that well. I mean, at last, now it did. So, but this one's supposed to be a little faster, in my opinion. It was, in my experience. And another thing, if you're getting a case, I personally don't like heavy cases. I like light cases. Like this one, this one like has the air gap, so it falls on the corner. It's not gonna break. If it's a really tall fall, it might get a little scratch or dent perhaps, but the screen won't crack. And this also has, the 11 Pro has a lot more durable screen. So another thing I wanted to point out before we switch to the cameras is, so this one is curved on the edges. This is more a right angle, and this one goes over the screen, so it has a bezel, and the other one doesn't. So I have to get a new case, because I didn't know that when I bought it. So because I put it on the first day, I don't like that glass pieces you stick. In my experience, the phone would stand all the falls on the screen. It doesn't have any scratches. This one has just like a little thing, like a little dot, but you really can't see it, especially when the phone is full of smudges, as you can see right now. So I'm gonna switch now to the cameras of the 10s, and then I'm gonna switch to the camera of the 11 Pro and show you the difference. Now this is the back camera, so I'm looking through the screen. This is the quality. This is like my new GoPro 8. And so you can see in the sun, you can hear the microphone. There's a front microphone, and the new one on the 11 Pro should be a lot better. So just to show also, this is my new 11 Pro phone with the mask on. So yeah, so that's it. So I'm gonna switch now to this phone. So now this is the 11 Pro. This is normal. Now, if you see the GoPro camera, in person, I think the screen maybe looks a little bit more warmer, but the whole screen is warmer than the 10S. So this is the 10S, as you can see here. So now this is 4K. So now if you have zoom, and the zoom is faster, and then you have the wide angle. If you're really close, tight space, you can have more space, more real estate in your video, and it's better when you're filming, because if you want to stabilize the video, you can what it does is crop the video, so you have more options there. Okay, so this is the front-facing camera. It's HD, and this is like standard, so you can put your face in the frame. But if you want to have 4K, then you have to switch the camera. But you can't switch it. You have to pause the video and film it facing the back camera towards yourself, so the screen is in the other side, so you really can't see if you're in the frame. Now you still have to stop the video. We can't flip the camera towards the front-facing camera while you're filming. But now, if you're filming, I'm watching the camera, and now I'm watching the screen, so I can just take a glance, see if I'm in the frame, what I want to film and on the screen, and then just watch the camera and talk to the audience. So if I have a sunglasses, you even wouldn't notice if I was watching the screen. If you're on Instagram, you have wide angle if you're taking pictures, or you can have normal, narrow more. But this is a lot easier. It's 4K quality, the front-facing camera, so you can get a lot more. And if I back it up, it's getting more space inside. It used to be like this if I'm using on the 10S. Okay, so now I'm facing the rear camera towards myself. I can't see the screen. I can only watch the camera and hope I'm in the middle of the frame if I want 4K quality. Now this is the front camera. You still have to pause the video and change the camera. You can't change it in the middle. So this is now me watching to the camera, but I don't need to use that anymore. This is 4K, and the front facing is 4K, so I can just, watch my screen instead of doing it reverse like this. But if I come back, now watching the screen color, it might be a little warmer, but now actually maybe, I think it depends on the sun. Now it looks more natural again. So this is the 10S. So now what's cool is this is the zoom. It feels a little bit more quality, more sharper picture, a little bit blurry. Now again, watch the zoom. I'm not sure on the screen it looks a little bit different, but it's supposed to be faster. And now what the great stuff is, this is the wide. So I have a lot of real estate. If you're in a tight corner, I'm filming usually cars. If I'm in a small salon and I really can't get close to the car and I want the whole car in the picture, now I can do that. Before I couldn't. And if you're doing a video stabilization, it crops part of the video. So now we have more space, and you can stabilize the video better. So this is just, for me, I'm doing car reviews. My iPhone camera is my main camera. This is perfect. It's a huge step up, and really, a big thumbs up for the Apple for doing this, finally focusing on the cameras, because there's a lot of us using the iPhone cameras as a professional tool. Another thing I wanted to just show you in the photo app. So if you're in a photo app and take the screen up, you can see this is behind the frame things are transparent, and on the before it was completely black. So I'm not sure if I think this is maybe better, but you know, this is looks cool, but I don't know, it's easier to focus when it's black. See, when you change the video mode, like the video, then it goes black, but you get to put photos, it stays black, but then it goes transparent, as you can see there, even on this end as well. So another feature on the phone when you get into the Photos app, it's really cool, is the night mode. So this is the new 11 Pro feature. So you can see the screen here when I fold the camera. I think it's dark. So basically you can control more light. You can let more light in when you're taking photos. Usually it tells you to hold a second. So you can focus on more light and give you night photos that are more brighter, not that pitch black where you can almost see nothing like on the old models. Now also a big difference that I wanted to show you is when you're filming, this is different. It goes red. If I start filming here, you can see, then I pause. And over here on the old one, when you're filming, there's just a little dot like a classic thing. And on the new phone, you can change here frames per second or video quality. So you can see that this one has 60 or 30. This one only had 30, so you can only see it on the top. But when you press it, nothing changes. I don't know why Apple didn't unlock this. It's a software thing. Maybe they're just trying to force you to get a new phone. And when I flip the cameras, you can see towards myself still. You can, change here, and on this one you really can't. It doesn't even say what quality it is. So yeah, that's the difference. Now this is me on the park filming on the XS. Now I'm using the front facing camera. This is me watching the camera, this is me watching the screen. So you really can't notice it if now watching screen, now watching the camera. I hope the microphone is better. There is some light wind today, maybe not at this moment. But yeah, but if I want to use 4K, this is just HD. I have to switch the cameras. Okay, so now I'm switch and I'm not seeing the screen. I'm watching the camera. I'm watching directly to the camera. Even with my eyes, with the glasses, doesn't matter. But I don't see what's going on. I'm not sure if I'm in the frame completely, if I need to tilt the phone or not. This is me talking from like half a meter of distance. And now I'm going to switch to the iPhone 11 Pro. Before I do that, just to mention, with the polarized glasses I have, this is a Ray-Ban. When you're watching both screens, there's no, you can see both screens in both portrait or landscape. Doesn't matter how you face your phone. Some other phone brands have less quality screen. You really can't see in one of those orientations. You can see the screen entirely goes black. Now this is me talking like in front of the camera. This is the new iPhone. I just wanted to show you so you can hear maybe the microphone difference when I'm talking in front of the camera. This is if I move the camera, or this is if I'm away from the camera. You can probably hear me less if I'm more distant from the camera. And now this is the same length of the camera. As you can see, there's a lot more space. Even on the screen, I can see a lot more. Now this is me watching the screen. This is me watching the camera. Watching the camera, watching the screen. So if you use sunglasses, no one notice that you're actually not looking at the camera, that you're looking at the screen. I hope you can hear me better. I'm not sure. I'm gonna see when I put it on my Mac if there's any quality. Supposedly the new microphone is facing where the camera is facing, so you should hear me better. I hope if that's the case, leave a comment below if it is. Now again, more real estate around me now. It used to be like this, more cropped. Now I can see a lot more, which is a plus in my book. Now this is me behind the camera. I'm hoping you can hear me well. This is the XS, and what's cool about it is that you can use a lot more with the wide camera. This is the normal camera. Now if I switch to myself and half a meter length of myself. I hope you can hear me better with this camera. It's supposed to be more focused. It does have a bigger microphone if you're filming yourself with a rear camera. And now still on the 11 Pro, this is the zoom. This is the new, again, zoom. And then now this is the zoom on the 10S, zoom, again, zoom. Kind of, it looks like it shakes a bit before it stabilizes. Now these are the cameras side by side, like phone one next to each other, and it's really difficult using one hand. I'm just going to zoom, zoom, zoom out, actually, yeah, and then again, same time zoom out. Actually, I need to press the other button on the 11 Pro, so zoom out. And yeah, that's the thing. Honestly, it looks maybe a little bit sharper on the previous model, but I'm not sure even if I move the cameras. Like, I'm gonna try putting them back to the same frame. Now, honestly, the color on the 11 Pro looks more natural. I guess it depends on the light. Okay, so this is the camera at night. So it's not pitch black, but it's pretty dark. This is a zoom. Not too shabby. Now this is the camera arm's length in the dark. Front facing. Now this is the rear camera. Zoom. Wide. Now wide is dark. Normal gets the night mode. And there's a lot more light coming in. This is if I face it toward myself, arm's length. But yeah, there's a lot more light. This is the front-facing camera, arm's length, a lot wider. You see more, and it's even a lot brighter in dark. Okay, back on the 11 Pro front-facing camera. Now, first thing I notice is the overexposed sky. So when I press it here, you can see the beautiful sky behind me. Now, I'd like this to be standard feature when I turn on the camera. So Apple engineers, work on this, please. And also, I like to use voice commands. I would like to say, you know, Siri start recording or Siri stop recording, just like on the GoPro, because I like my iPhone camera. I use it professionally as my camera. It's easier than big cameras, you know. It's easier to hold a tripod or just the phone, film some B-roll. It's a lot, you know, better. It could easily, phone fits in your pocket, the battery holds, or just carry a, you know, a power bank if it's necessary. So I like using my phone as a professional camera. And also when I'm taking photos, I'm gonna snap a few to compare on the end. For you, the cameras, the processing is better on the small details. It's like sharper. But I like a grid in the photo app or in the video app, whatever you call it. I don't want to see, I don't want to activate the grid in the settings app. I want to have it in the photo app. So that's it. I hope you like this video. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a massive like. It helps if you leave a comment also, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more gadget reviews. They're not often the main focus, the main niche of this channel. My channel is the car reviews. So if you're interested in buying a car, check the channel. There's a lot of car reviews. And if you subscribe, click that bell to get notifications when I upload a new video. So I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye.